Welcome to yet another edition of Inner Circle podcast from 18 Startup. Hi, Misba.
Hi Prakash, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm very well.
Yeah. Let's start with an introduction about yourself and your journey as an entrepreneur.
All right, a quick introduction about myself would be that I started my career as a HR role in an HR role earlier with my, you know, my education being in HR and entrepreneurship. I had a stint at HR for some time and then shifted my focus into psychology and mental health, wherein we have our organization, another organization, iChars, wherein I train people build their skills in psychotherapy after their graduations, post graduations, and in coaching, life coaching. And from there came the seed of making mental health available for everyone, for that matter, reachable through a app. And
Mm,
that's where we came into being, or we founded Meet Goals Wellbeing, which is a private limited organization. And Meet Goals on paper has been there for around 1.5 year now. And we are working, so we pivoted. We went from B2C to B2B. And there's another story behind it with lots of brainstorming, discussions, suggestions, advices.
mm,
Um, and finally, we are at a place right now where I am reaching out to the corporates. And what MeetGoals does is for the corporates, like the problem that we are trying to solve is that helping the employees improve their productivity, their performance, through helping them identify their emotional mental challenges that they may be going through, which should come from either a professional or a personal space, and how we are also aligning it with their KRAs and KPIs so that there is a concrete measurable outcome for the organizations.
mm,
So it's a little different from other,
mm,
and this is how we are trying to do it. In terms of how we'll do it is in terms of we're doing the training programs, which is going to be KRAs aligned, and we will be doing one-on-one therapy coaching sessions if the employee feels that besides the training I do need something extra to handle my issues at my own level. So that's
mm,
something that we're offering, and there's a mobile app which will be part of their journey, which will keep them on track, help them achieve the milestones they've set during their trainings or through the year with respect to their KRAs and KPIs. And all of this is a culmination or has a uniformity in it because the mobile app as well as the training programs or the one-on-one therapy coaching sessions, all of them are on based on the modality of eclectic approach, which is where we have integrated different approaches of psychology along with different modalities of clinical hypnosis, metaphors, mindfulness, neuro-linguistic programming, CBT, and we have a very integrated model that we teach, and now we are offering it also to the corporates as a
mm,
part of the startup or the work that we are doing or the problem that we're trying to solve. And that also brings about a uniformity in terms of measuring if all of these things are working at a same level.
mm,
And instead of having that the training program is done by one organization, the therapy coaching is done by another organization, or a mobile app that's coming from the third person, and then it becomes very difficult, I think, for the organizations or the HRs also to map that what's happening where, and whether there is a result coming out of any of this or not.
mm,
So that's where the USP also lies. We have been into the field for more than 15 years now, in one-on-one therapy coaching as well as in training mental health professionals. And here we are right now with Meet Goals approaching more so the B2B market, which is the corporates, right from the SMEs to MSMEs and to giants like Microsoft is what we are trying to approach in terms of the startup. So yeah,
okay.
I think this has been my in a very short my journey of being around and
Mm,
working. It's completely different from being in HR to becoming an entrepreneur. Uh, Also, when you are an HR, I think you do get a hindsight of how the management works or the owners, the organization works to what the employees want. And now you're being completely on this side, so you have an idea about where things are and how you have to tweak it as per the requirements of what is demanded out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. I think you have covered a lot. The question was simple, but you have covered a lot,
Yeah,
right?
if you give me a chance to speak, Prakash, I can keep on going.
I know.
Sorry.
So Misba, what is your theory of change? Where is your customer now? And when he goes through beat goals engagement, how does he perform?
So right now I'm hearing that a lot of layovers happening, layouts happening. Sorry, and so to retain a good resource, we are saying that those who have potential will help you to identify the potential and bring that potential up to the mark so that they perform, and
Hmm.
that's where we are coming into picture. So right now people may not be performing or performing to certain level. Every organization wants that their employees perform and have productivity. That's for sure. Nobody's going to say कि अच्छा नहीं perform करेगा तो चल जाएगा, let them be here. Nobody wants it like that. So that's where we are targeting. And how we are going to measure, as I said earlier, that with the training programs, that we are not doing a surface level training programs, Bhash. We are not just games khila diya, yeah, done some activities or something. We are trying to go a little deeper into understanding the challenges or the symptoms or the triggers coming from which level. Are they at the thought and emotional level? Are they going a little deeper for that person, wherein that is stopping them from doing what is required to be done in a work setup,
Hmm.
and addressing that? How we'll measure it, as I said, is through the KRAs and KPIs. We are keeping it over, the measurements or the measurements on the organization itself, because they are already there. They have their targets there.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
we are not putting it something that, acha, we'll have that pre and post forms and everything, assessments and everything, but majorly it will be aligned with the organization's KRAs, KPIs,
Right.
so that
Okay.
they can check it for their good.
No, I'm asking that you said that you are going to make emotional and psychological intervention
Yeah,
to help them understand what within them is stopping them from delivering what they are
right.
supposed to,
Yeah,
what they even want to deliver.
right.
As an employee, there are times when that I want to perform, but there are some emotional burdens that I carry which
True.
stop me from performing.
Yeah.
So, what is that intervention or what is your theory of change? क्या करने से ये बदलेगा?
Working on their emotional mental state. So as I said, working on their thoughts, on
Hmm.
their emotions that are stopping. So there are certain negative emotions, bol dijiye, which is
Hmm.
stopping you. Maybe being procrastinating or being lazy about it, or having some actually exhaustions or some kind of difficulties that you're facing. Identifying that, helping them to overcome that, and then be in a space where they need that determination or that motivation or that confidence to perform. That's where we will come into picture.
Hmm. So when you are taking this service to the people, to the final user, whoever is there, through the organization where they are working, uh, so how do you address their concerns about their personal data being shared with the organization?
Uh, right now, we are not getting into anybody's personal data. I mean, that would become part more so in one-on-one coaching and therapy sessions, Prakash.
Hmm. Hmm.
When we do the training programs, we will ask the organization what are the challenges that they are facing, what and how, and what is the end result that they want to have from
Hmm.
these trainings, and accordingly we'll design a program that will address one to many, because it's a training program. After that, if somebody feels that there are more to it, then we'll be taking in one-on-one sessions. So
Okay.
nowhere, if I've understood it correctly, we are not diluging the data, personal data, or the confidentiality of the employees.
Hmm. To the
And
organization. So that
yeah, to the
protection.
organization, which are very clear about, that your end goal is to get productivity, we'll help you to get that. How
Hmm.
we individually cater to your employees, to their challenges, is something that we are keeping confidential, because that's how it works.
Hmm. Hmm.
Coaching that theek hai, but if therapy is required, then we will keep it confidential.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Nice. So, who are all you building this with? Who are your co-founders and the team members?
Okay. So that there's me who's leading it as a CEO. I'm managing, reaching out to people, doing doing meeting lot of doing meeting lot of people. Um, then there's Nitin who is also a co-founder, and he's looking into the content part of it, which we have on our app. We have a hypnotic, more specific USP based meditations that are there. There are courses, there are daily habits, entire model, all of that. There are positive mindset exercises, all of that content which where we work, both of us work together, but majorly he leads it, the content part of it. Then there is Karthik, who's right now helping us with reaching out to the corporates. I also do the same, as being in this position to meet as many corporates and understand their challenges and make sure that we tweak it, as the recent, as I told you earlier before our discussion started, that we are introducing something new, a very specific, very basic awareness thing for the corporates before I go ahead and talk to them about my services and products. So there is
Mm.
Karthik who is helping us with that. Then there is Gaurav who is working as a CTO or is handling, though as he's there on board. He's doing the app tech development. So yeah, the four main people are us, and yeah, we do have a team of interns as of now who helps us in more of a logistic work.
Mm.
You can say logistic legwork thing to
Okay.
take care of things at its pace. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So, since the beginning of your career, I mean, even I think even before you incorporated this organization, I'm sure I'm aware that you have impacted a lot. So, can you talk about that journey of teaching this skills to
Right.
uh, your
So
training?
So before Migos came into picture, and we have ICHAS, which is Institute, which short form is ICHAS, and which is known as Institute of Clinical Hypnosis and Related Sciences. ICHAS is almost now say 12, so almost 13, 14 years old. We're a training organization there, and we train psychology master students who've completed, practicing psychologists, medical practitioners like MBBS, also Unani practitioners or Ayush practitioners or social workers into building their skills into therapy and coaching. So we have two diploma programs wherein we have cognitive hypnotic coaching, which is for people who are looking to build a second career into coaching and build their skills into it, not just. So there are different coaching programs available outside, but ours is more aligned with the conscious and unconscious mind both. So we have a two-level program there. We have a diploma program for psychotherapy, cognitive hypnotic psychotherapy, which is a four-level program, and it is open for only mental professionals or those who come from the field of MSW, which is Masters in Social Work, or Ayush, wherein you're covering all the other than medical. And medical people also come, like psychiatrists come to do the courses. So
Mm.
there we are helping build the skills, because fortunately, unfortunately, what happens in the earlier setup, it used to be that people used to go for therapy for years and years, which is now not required. Maybe 8 sessions to plus or minus is something that can help you to get over the problem that you are facing right now. And
Mm.
similarly, it goes for coaching also. So we are training. We have been training. I have been into it since the incubation, the incorporation of it. But I was also doing a HR career at that point of time. And one fine day, I decided that I am going to take a break. And I was asked by another, my house, also my husband, that why don't you get into training? And because you like to deliver, you like to talk, you like to give out the knowledge. I'm like, yeah, makes sense. And that's when the journey started in 17, where I full fledged. I was with IHS earlier also, but I'd done my courses also before I got into my MBA HR and entrepreneur journey. Um, then I got training from 2017, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 17, training
Mm.
for our courses that we're offering under IHS. Also started taking sessions, one-on-one therapy coaching sessions for clients. So yeah, that's been the journey, the earlier part of the journey before Me Goals came into being, like one and a half year back.
I'm aware that HR is a pretty successful organization and
I
making
think,
an impact.
yeah. So the thing is that we have a goodwill in place for HRs in terms of training. I won't deny it. I will kind of take it as a credit that we have been able to impact individuals as practitioners who are going to work with another, multiple fold of people to help them to clear their issues or achieve their goals. So it's a
How
pretty good
many how
thing.
many have you impacted so far through
We
HR?
could say that through say direct training the practitioner would be more than 2000 plus. And
Hmm.
obviously, they go and work with one-on-one clients. So I think that could be an entire different count
Yeah, right.
because they are getting the skills and going out and working with people.
Hmm. And how has that experience contributed to creation of meat codes?
Uh, it has actually to a greater extent because we were looking to do something in the field of mental health at a larger level. That's where
Hmm.
we thought that what we are training these people into as
Hmm.
practitioners, we want that to be accessible to the common man, or
Hmm.
common man, common woman, whatever it is. Uh, and they should be able to, as a first line of help, be able
Hmm.
to address their challenges. And that's where the app came into picture.
Hmm.
And that's where we thought that let's do the app, and the entire app is based on our frameworks which are designed in-house,
Okay.
which are copyrighted, trademarked. All of that has happened. So we wanted that that mental health should be available to everybody,
Hmm.
services for that matter, and people should know that the physical health is important, similarly your mental health is important, and it goes hand in hand. That's where the app came into
It's
picture.
also not very complicated. It is
It's not a
simple,
very
small steps that contribute to a good mental health, right?
right, right. But so that app thing came into picture. Besides that, we were also thinking that we'll try to reach out with the app to many, but then easier said than done. We